Comics of 100 Years Ago, April 18th, 1920. It's Crazy Cat by Harriman. There be those, bristling of brain, deep of mind, and of great girth of cranium, but, short of sentiment, narrow of heart, the pygmies of passion who tell us wild and wieldy words, weighty with wisdom, that the moon is cold. So much for them. Now, to those of you who have not lately looked upon Luna's lily face, we beg that you do so at this moment, for she will, in great measure, be an important member in the argument we are about to deal you. Walter's safest ostrich, a bird whose brain is seated a great sense of science, and in whose heart flares the fires of romance, and by whose great length of neck those two emotions are kept in friendly and unclashing distance, all of which qualifies him to give a dual opinion of the subject with which we deal, and which he gives with magnificent ostrichian clarity. She came to me a maiden ostrich over the sands of the Kalahari, and with her coming rose the moon, full and resplendent, and so with moon in my heart I asked her to be mine. With moon in her soft blue eyes she answered yes. With moon in our souls we were wed. Soon came June, came a handsome bucko of an emu, and with moon in their hearts they left me flat. 'Twas moon that warmed my being, 'twas moon that chilled it, and that's all I gotta say about moons. Joe Bark, eminent bone crusher and tail wagger, gives a few elucidative vocables touching on and appertaining to moons. Moons as is and moons as ain't, yet with half an eye we can plainly see it's moons he means. Through many canicular days I have gone without being moved so much as a whimper. I have gazed with cool, unruffled eye upon comets, stars, planets, asteroids, rainbows, aurora borealises, and suns with canine equanimity. Yet let my vision rest but a moment upon even a mere fragment of moon. Then is my whole being moved to song, to bark, to yodel. I must lift my voice in carol, in lilt, in lullaby, in yelp and howl. I'm no moon expert, but I'll say as how a moon has strange powers over a hound's vocal layout. Don Quixote, suave Andalusian hidalgo, subtle and filled with wile, who ranges the reaches of night, softly as a cloud in transit, gently as a zephyr homing westward, quietly as a feather's fall, gives to an indifferent world a few wise Hobanian cracks concerning moons. I am at best a trifling troubadour, meagre minstrel, with no great gift of melody, yet if but a ray of moon bends its way over the desert's edge, my voice will burst into wild cadence and send back from every rock 1,000 echoes, every ear upon which the thrill and trill of my moon-mad verses fall will swear that there be 1,000,000 of me in song. Outside of that, I don't know a darn thing about moons. Moons to Oliver Owl are moons, just moons, that's all. Hoot moon. Mr. B. Wafflebat shows no interest whatever in moons. Joe Stork, when seen approach the topside of the enchanted mesa, his home, admitted the great value of moons in certain circles. Moons as my friends. Gosh, what would become of my business if there were no park benches, rivers' edges, seashores, and moons? Doggummit, especially moons. Oh, night of love, oh, night of June and moon. Thank goodness the moon is shining, and I can see him plainly. Otherwise, I might have missed him and wasted a perfectly good brick. Zip. Aw, little moonbeams. What a while, moon, this would be without you. Well, we started out to argue about the moon's temperature, and as usual, we rambled quite a bit. And in the end, we can only agree with Krazy. Cold or warm, the old moon sure has its uses, and that's a fact. The end.